Peace and blessings. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshisheo, Babalawos, Ianifas, Babalarishas, Ialarishas, Tatas, Yayas, Hugans, Mambos. So I'm Iaremi of Ile Iamia Tiagun. And as always, this is Ia's Rambles. Okay. So today I want to touch bases on mental health and spirituality. Um, the echoes of trauma and pain, the things that we bring into the community and the things that we take out of the spiritual community. So, this is very important because this is going to help a lot of us on our journey. I'm just going to give us a few pointers, something you can pass on to somebody, something you can keep for yourself. But just to talk a little bit about mental issues and coming into the spiritual community with mental issues, initiating people into different rites of passages or what have you with mental issues and not addressing those issues at the door. So I wrote down a few pointers so I won't be kind of like all path all the way, right? But this is my ramble. So like I say all the time, if you got something to say to me about how you feel about what I said, you can go ahead and inbox me. You can find me on social media under E.L. Riyangi. You can find me out in the streets. I don't know, however you feel. So basically, talking about people using spirituality to hide their mental issues, okay? The things that we can use to start breaking down our core beliefs and becoming a new person. So I asked the question the other day on social media, who are you, right? And that was the standpoint of knowing who you are as a person. But that doesn't talk about the ways that other people see us. So if I walk into a room with 100 people in there, 100 people are going to see me a different way. Even me seeing myself in a whole nother light from what they see me. I may be able to point out the good characteristics about myself, whereas they may be able to point out the bad things about myself. I may think I have all my shit in order, and then they may feel like, oh, well, she needs to get her stuff together. Now, basically, that is their perception. How you see you is your own perception. How they see you is also a perception. But the mark that you actually leave on the world is a whole nother thing. How many people have you actually helped? How many people have you actually brought to the tradition? How many spirits have you introduced to people, or people you've introduced to spirit? So on and so forth. There are so many different things that we can be doing in the community to help advance us as people. Um, Even if you don't want to look at the human part of everything, what about the whole entire earth? What are we doing to make sure that mother is okay? What are we doing to make sure that the alignment of the earth is okay? Because it is sustaining our life, right? So all of this means something. And since everybody has been on quarantine, I feel like a lot of people have been able to do shadow work unintentionally. They have been able to go inside of themselves and actually sit there and see the ugly part of of themselves. They have been able to actually do the shadow work and see the things that they have locked away, right? Hidden, the childhood trauma that they've been through, the things that have shaped them and mold them into who they are. So when we talk about all the time in the spiritual community is our head, our ori. What are we doing to keep our ori in order? What kind of rituals are we doing for our ori? And so basically I put down some things that would help us um, keep ourselves in line. Our things that can help us notice those people that do have mental issues and help them on path. And also saying that it's okay to be a spiritual person and seek mental psychological help. It is okay. But we always feel like spirituality is going to handle everything. Yeah, it can tell us if you're all pat, but it's okay to talk to somebody sometimes. It's okay to say, okay, I have some stuff that I need to deal with my mental. Because there are three things that has to be in order. Your mental, your spiritual, and your physical. All of these things have to be the trinity of your life. It keeps you in alignment with your destiny. So the first thing that I talked about among myself and my spirits is your Ori. And I talk about this all the time. Our Ori has to be in order. We have to make sure that we are doing the work that we need to do to have our Ori in order. Whether it's a head rogation, whether it's meditation, whether it's finding out if we by using doing a divination or reading, if we're on path or off path, finding out the different things that may need to be offered to our Ori, talking to different people that have experience that can help us in alignment with our destiny. Just being able to talk about mental health is one thing that helps us to keep our Ori in alignment. Because you have to understand that your Ori is your destiny. It is who you are. It is your consciousness. It is everything about you. And if your Ori is not in order, if your head is not in order, then your life will not be in order. A lot of times you can notice people that have issues with their Ori because they always are all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Always excited about everything. Always sad or depressed about something. Always have some kind of energy going on in their life that is negative. Vampire type energy. Feeding off of people. Feeding off of others people's pain. Keeping up drama and commotion. Talking about everybody. And I see this with a lot of priests. I see this with people coming into the community. But then the thing comes into play that what are we doing to help these people that's coming into the community like that? Are we just taking these people and initiating them? Are we just bringing them into our elays and we're not teaching them about Ori help? Are we just giving them implements? So you know, when you throw spiritual implements on top of a bad Ori or a messed up Ori, you're just making it worse. You're giving them more trauma. The first thing that we start off with people coming to us for spiritual help is the shadow work. We want to know why they are in the situation that they're in. We want to know why they are even seeking some type of divination. If the divination has nothing to do with, okay, should I choose this new job? I want to make sure that my marriage that I'm about to go into is a good idea. I'm ready to have a child and I want to make sure that I get it divined on. I'm coming to find out the destiny of my child or my family or however. When people are coming to you with things like, oh, I don't have, I'm not with my husband anymore. I want to see if I can do something to make him stay with me. I'm having issues with this person. How can I do this kind of roots on them? I want to make this person lose their job, lose their family, steal their husband, steal their wife. Different things like this is telling us these people have issues with their Ori. So if these people have issues, are we really going to take them and do the work? Are we going to invite them into our elays and give them initiations? No. We're going to start off with Ori work first. Another way that you can see that someone's Ori is off is patience. Suru. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. When we're taking this walk, we should always have patience. Things are going to come to us in the time which they need to come to us. Things will come to us in the time which things need to come to us. We don't have to be in a rush or a hurry for anything. When you start seeing people come to you and they come to you and they're in a rush, and it's because they want power, they want to sit at a certain level, they want to look a certain way, they want people to see them a certain way, they think people are going to respect them by carrying a certain title. That is an issue with patience. That is an issue with the Ori. As you grow in spirituality, you should grow in understanding. You should grow in patience. And in return, this is going to help the Ori. This is going to help your destiny. It's going to help your consciousness. So these are different things that we watch out for when we're looking at people coming into the spirituality. You cannot initiate a mad person. You cannot initiate someone who is mentally crazy. because it's going to make their lives worse. Not only that, imagine giving somebody power that is going to probably turn it against you, turn it against the community, turn it against people in the community. This is what we're witnessing right now today. We see a whole lot of people with power or in power that have mental issues, attachment issues. A lot of our ways were created based on how we were raised. Everything that we are is a mold of what we were. The way that we watch our mother get treated, the way that our fathers treated us, the things that we saw in the community, the things that happened to us in school, elementary, high school, junior high, what have you. The things that happened to us on jobs, what we watched our friends go through, what we watched our enemies go through. These things help shape who we are. What if we were raised in a family that believed it was okay to murder other people, Manson? What if? That means we were raised to believe that it was okay to murder other people. It was fine for us. What if we were raised inside of a family where there was a lot of sexual abuse going on? What if we were raised inside of a family that had a lot of abuse going on? A lot of people are coming into these traditions. Excuse me, y'all. I'm moving this around a lot. A lot of people are coming to these traditions and they are not healed. They're still stuck in the trauma of their childhood. They're still stuck in the trauma of their past. But we help those that we can help get their Ori in order and find patience and find understanding. This is what we do. Because we are real life counselors when we deal with spirituality. This is a part of your growth, because while you are healing yourself, you are learning how to heal other people. But so many people are stuck in the echoes of their pain and trauma. You are who you are today because you have molded yourself to be this way. Your parents have molded you to be this way, consciously or unconsciously. Your community has molded you to be this way. If you weren't raised in the pro-black community, then would you really be pro-black? If you had never been introduced to spirituality, Orisha, Voodoo, what have you, would you really be walking that path? So you have to pay attention to who you are, who you truly are. Strip away everything that you were taught, strip away everything that you knew, and start from who am I? Start from who am I? And you build yourself from there. What is good for you? What is going to help you? What makes you happy? When you look at the next thing outside of Ori and patience, wisdom, knowledge, theory. So when you're teaching, when people come to this culture, you're going to start off with Ori, consciousness, their mental health, making sure that they're mentally stable. If they're not mentally stable, we get them the help that they need to be mentally stable. Then you're going to go to the next thing, which is patience. Teach them patience. Teach them that everything has a proper time. Then you're going to go to wisdom. What are you willing to learn about the tradition? Are you willing to learn the theory? Because a lot of people want to just come into the culture and they want to hex. They want to do roots. They want to throw stuff at people. They want to do things towards people. And this is the only reason why they're coming to the culture. They're not coming to the culture to heal their generational curses. They're not coming to the culture to learn about their history and what they need to be doing. They're coming to the culture to use the medicine as bad medicine. And you just give it to them freely. And as soon as you give it to them, they turn on you. Now we got all the little petty ass witch wars that be going on. Because people don't know how to talk things out. They want to resort to some petty witch shit. Or petty spiritual battles and fights. Because they are not healed. And then sometimes the people that have these things already that's giving it to them are not healed. So the next thing will be wisdom and theory. See what it takes for them to learn what they need to have to go on to the next step. You don't just bring people straight to ritual. You bring them to wisdom, knowledge, theory, and then you give them ritual. After they have sat and had the patience, after their ori is in alignment with their destiny, after they have received the wisdom and the theory and the patience in their ori alignment. You can't just give this to people. You can start them on their journey. You can show them which way to go. You can divine for them and tell them their taboos, things that they should be doing, what they should be doing it, how they should be doing it, which way they should be doing it, however you want to dress it up. It can be done. But you have to take your time and understand it. But I've noticed a lot of people move fast in this culture and just start passing out all of these implements and different things and spirits and different things because what? Money. They need to make quick money. They're not really there to teach you. And even if they're not there to teach you, they're just throwing some energy on top of you because they're making money off of you. You pray for guidance. You pray for the spirits to be there when you no longer have teachers to be there for you. But you have to have understanding for the situation you may have put yourself in because you don't have patience and you were rushing to receive all these different things without having knowledge or theory of wisdom of what it is that you are receiving. A lot of these things can turn on you. A lot of these things can make you into slaves. A lot of these things may not be made correctly. And some of them may be damn good. But you don't know how to control your thirst for power or energy. Here come Carter, y'all. Here he come. This time of night, he's still trying to come. What you want? What you choking on, first of all? How you just come? Anyway. So here's Carter, y'all. Say hey, Carter. Say hey, Carter. All right, now go to bed. No kisses. Go to bed. Good night. Bye-bye. Go to bed. So I put a few questions here, just for you to ask yourself, or for spiritual leaders to ask themselves about their godchildren or people that are coming to them for spiritual work. So for Ori, I put, who am I? They need to start a journal. The first question is, who am I? Also, spiritual practitioners, who am I? This is your shadow work. Your next question for patience would be, when should I make a move? What is the right timing for me? The next question for wisdom should be, what should I learn? And what knowledge is available to me? And that's a big question when you say what knowledge is available to me. Because some things should not be done without proper initiations or proper teachings. Theory, why should I learn it? What does this do for my ancestors? What does this do for my community? Ritual, how is it helping me, my family, and my community?